and people look at me differently because I am missing a leg and I did have cancer, and they do this pity party for me. But I'm blessed to be able to go through that and survive that, and then to give back to the kids and everybody that I come into contact with, just to show them that everybody has their own adversity or obstacles that they have to overcome in their life, and mine just happened to be magnified to where you can see it on me, to where if I can do it, anybody can really do it. I'm a cancer survivor. I co-founded the only stand-up amputee basketball team really in the world, where we go around playing charity games at schools, churches, wherever it may be. I just got my license as a prosthetic assistant, so I work still with amputees, and I like to help people, and so I volunteer every summer at Camp Sanguinity, and I think this year will be my 17th year going back as a counselor. When I'm not at work, I'm at the gym a lot. I like to work out. I'm an athlete at heart, so I like to work out any way I can, play basketball. And when I'm doing that, I listen to a lot of music. I came in August of '97. I got diagnosed with osteosarcoma when I was, the first day of high school actually, was when I got diagnosed. And then the very next day, they sent me to Cook's to do a biopsy. So that was my first introduction to Cook's. And when I came here, I actually thought that was going to be the last day that I was going to be alive. I thought I was going to die because, you hear cancer as a 14-year-old kid and you see stuff on TV and movies, that's the first thing that pops in your head is death. So I remember when I came in and I was on the operating bed and they were about to wheel me back, and I remember they were telling my parents and everybody to tell me good luck, goodbye. But in my mind, I thought that was the final goodbye. So of course I was crying, and my mom, when she cries a lot, but still to this day, but when she cried, I cried, and I remember I was holding her hand, and we just didn't want to let go because I thought that was it. But and I'm sure they were telling me what it was, but everything around me, like as soon as I was told that I had cancer, it just seemed everything around me just kind of slowed down. It was really blurry, and like I couldn't make out anything. Because I remember family came to my house that night, and I couldn't make out anything they were saying. It was like I was in my own little bubble. I couldn't make out anything. So I'm sure they told me what it was, but I was so out of it that I can't remember. Well, I was 14, so there wasn't a lot of teenager stuff here, whereas now I'd have a field day here. But I liked it. I felt safe. I felt like I was gonna get the best treatment, in the sense that before I got diagnosed, I was misdiagnosed for 4 years. So when I was told I had cancer, I lost a lot of faith in doctors and the whole medical field, just because I was misdiagnosed for so long. But when I came here and Dr. Murray was my doctor, I just had a sense of secure, safety, that if I was gonna survive, if I was gonna get through this, this was the place to be. And with the nurses and everybody, I never had an interaction with anybody that was a bad, interaction. It was always positive and good, and they always uplifted me and told me, I was gonna get through this and I was gonna get back to playing, and just kind of kept my spirits up. When I do talk to kids and they have me come up here and talk to them, I definitely don't like to tell them what to expect or do, because everybody's different. My story and my situation is going to be different from this kid's story or that kid's story. So I definitely tell them is don't compare yourself to anybody. And I think that's one of the worst things anybody can do. Going through cancer, amputee, just anybody in general, is try to compare yourself to somebody else. You're different, you're unique, you're your own person. So when you start trying to compare yourself or your situation to somebody else's, it's just a mixture of bad stuff to come. I mean, you're gonna doubt yourself, you're gonna get frustrated, it's just not the healthiest thing to do. So I definitely tell them don't do that. And now that I am older and went through all that I went through, I definitely tell them whatever they tell you to do it. As much as I didn't want to do it at the time and I thought it was stupid, I'm glad that, that my mom and everybody pushed me to continue coming up here for every visit, giving me every medicine that I needed. Even when I felt like I didn't need it, I'm glad that I went through it. So whatever they tell you to do it, because it is for a reason. Even though teenagers, we thought we knew everything, but it is for a reason. So, and really just to never give up hope. I mean, I know a lot of people don't see it, but I feel that, I know when I say that I'm blessed to be going through what I went through, I do feel that way. And I feel that me going through what I went through was for a reason. And I kind of did feel that way when I was going towards the end of my treatment, that all this was for a reason. I had no idea what it was for, good, bad, I had no idea. But I knew that down the road it was going to be for a reason. It's a thing I started up when I was trying to still be active as an amputee. And all they had was wheelchair basketball for amputees, and I wanted to play stand-up. So there was nothing out there like that. So since I was 18, I've been trying to start it up, and I would tell a lot of people about it, and they just kind of brushed it off or said, amputees can't play stand-up basketball, it's too hard to do, there's not enough amputees. So I got tired of people not hearing me out, so I was like, well, they need to see what I'm talking about. So I posted a video of myself playing in my parents' backyard, and that's how my teammates found me, was through YouTube, MySpace at the time, social media, and made it difficult because, now I had these guys I wanted to play, but New York, California, Utah, Texas. And so for the first year, we kind of I told them we have to kind of sacrifice, just build our own resume, because nobody's going to take it seriously unless they actually see it. So I drove from Texas to Cali on a weekend just to meet 2 other amputees, just to play, pick up basketball. But we did that for a year, but we just kind of traveled on our own, and then hoping and praying that if this was meant to be, that we'd get sponsorships and helps, which we've gotten it, but it's not to where we want it to be. I mean, it's a lot more than basketball. I'm an athlete, so I love playing basketball, but there's a whole purpose behind it, a whole message of, not giving up. Because I had cancer, my other guys have been car accidents. We all have our own adversity story that we shared as a group. But for us to come together and show people that no matter what you may face, to never give up and keep hope and put God first, that you can overcome anything. So that's really our message. We're just using basketball as a tool to do that. The most we've had on a trip is probably 12. And that's what makes it challenging right now, is because we're still in that stage where nobody really knows us. When we go somewhere and play, and we set up the charity game and set up the schools to go talk to, they're kind of like, oh, this sounds cool, but they don't really know about it. And then when we're there that whole week and we go to the schools, talk to the kids, and the kids are coming up to us asking for autographs and pictures and Instagram and all this stuff. And then we go to the game and we actually sell out the game, because that's how we market ourselves, because we don't have a publicist, we don't have all that stuff, because we don't have any money. So we've actually sold 50 tickets to a game before we were even going to play, and we were thinking we're probably going to have 50 people at the game. And then we spoke to all these schools, and we actually oversold the gym to where we had kids wrapped around the whole gym standing up, and then people were still waiting outside to watch us play, which was awesome, because people can be like, wow, these guys are playing basketball as amputees, and we always play against able-bodied people. So we're playing. Yeah, it's just, we're the only amputees doing this. Wow. So we play against high school teams. We've played against college teams, Division III college teams. And so that's what makes it kind of intriguing too, is can they really compete, against that? And so as an athlete, I like that, because I'm still able to be active. But I tell my guys, it doesn't matter if we win or lose, the whole purpose is the message. When we have kids coming up to us after we talk or after the game, or even parents, some crying of just how inspired they were just watching us overcome what we've had to overcome. I mean, to me, that's that's what it's all about. Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of people that say in the first couple minutes they forget we're amputees. Anytime we play against somebody new that doesn't really know us, they don't know how to play us because they kind of take it back and they don't want to hurt me, or they don't want me to fall, or they don't think I can run. And so we're playing full court a regular basketball game. So when we're up by 15 in the first 5 minutes, they kind of look at each other and be like, all right, we have to really play. And it's fun to us, and you know, it's fun to them too, because they're like, all right, this is a real basketball game. And so we've had games go to overtime. We've had games to where the other team didn't like that we were winning and actually pushed us and got physical. And I mean, just with basketball, it's an ego sport. So, and you know, in their eyes, they don't want to lose to somebody they think they should beat. So, but to us, if you have heart, you can do anything. You know, it doesn't matter if I have one leg, missing one leg, missing two legs, missing two arms. If I have heart, if you have heart in anything, you can do anything. We have one guy that's an arm amputee, but we're open. We've played with guys with two legs missing. Yeah, I played with guys that have no fingers basically, and they can still bounce the ball and shoot. So I mean, as an amputee, me being the only one here, you know, thinking I knew the guys were out there, but just to see them, it inspires me too, because I'm only missing one leg, and I see these guys that are missing an arm or missing two legs, and it's like, so we kind of help each other out to where we're not so down. Not that we're down on ourselves, but there's always somebody worse than you, you know. And that's the kind of the message we send too, is don't feel sorry for yourself. There's always somebody worse off than you.